Welcome to Daily Bread. As always, this message is timeless, which means whenever you find this reading, or whenever this reading finds you, is when you're meant to see it. So please, take what resonates and leave the rest for someone else. The energy's already been cleared. Let's get started. Let's start by asking Source, what is the energy we should focus on for this message? Source, what is the energy we should focus on for this message? Source, what is the energy we should focus on for this message? There you go. Self-worth. So I'm seeing somebody who is coming to the other side of a period of being really self and hypercritical. And what I mean by this is somebody has finally seen the light that if you are your own enemy, you can never win. You can't win against yourself. You can never win against anything outside of yourself, because self-esteem and that understanding and feeling of your self-worth is what drives and propels your success and your ability. Capability is strongly and heavily determined by self-esteem. If you don't have the self-esteem to believe that you can do something, to believe that you are capable, you will not be capable. So Source is saying somebody has finally seen this light, and it's about to change your life. So let's go into the tarot and see what else Source is trying to tell us about self-worth. If this resonates with you, please press that like button and comment. Source, what else about self-worth? What else about self-worth? So I have the Two of Swords, the King of Pentacles, and the Eight of Cups. Yep, so right off the bat, what I'm seeing is somebody has been around influences that have been confusing to you. So what I'm seeing is maybe somebody who was starting to engage somebody a little flirtatiously or a little romantically, and sometimes things are stop and go, hot and cold, and nothing is ever really said directly. And there's a lot of, sign judging, and those kinds of things are creating confusion. So Source is saying right now that it's time for you to take those blindfolds off, because when you are feeling confused, that means that you are getting different information from your internal system and your external system. So what you're feeling right now, confusion, is a form of cognitive dissonance, because you internally are trying to tell yourself something and it's struggling against the reality of how you are allowing yourself to be treated. So Source is saying that right now, once you do that, once you say, oh, okay, I'm feeling confused because I'm not hearing myself, that'll give you the opportunity to better evaluate your situation. And when you do, you're going to find that you're going to need to walk away from some things that were draining you, because you have some energy leaks right now. So right now, if you've been feeling tired or fatigued, or just really just in a bad mood, kind of on default, like you woke up on the wrong side of the bed every morning, and that is because you have energy leaks and you need to get them under control. And once those energy leaks are addressed, once you take those blindfolds off, you'll be able to see where your energies are leaking. Maybe your boundaries have gotten a little weak in some areas. Maybe you are not communicating as directly as you need to be communicating. And what I'm seeing is, with this King of Pentacles, is that this is having impacts in your material life. So if this is a relationship that's close to your home, that could be impacting it. If this is a relationship that's in your job, that could be impacting it. But whatever it is, once you take those blindfolds off, you're going to start feeling more comfortable in the things that give you financial and material security. So I see someone who's really ready to not just walk away from the things that are draining their energy, but start to replace those drains with gains. So things that make you get more energy, things that make you feel more creative, things that make you feel more inspired, things that make you feel more loved, things that make you feel more loving. And I see that it's basically this Eight of Cups is an exchange for of getting rid of the things that no longer serve you so that you can have the opportunity to pursue the things that will. And here's the thing. This isn't a painful ending. This isn't like, okay, I see somebody who's maybe about to quit smoking cigarettes, and it's one of those things where it's not necessarily a painful ending, even though you may feel discomfort. And our discomfort is just something that we experience as humans. And it's, sometimes those changes we make come with that discomfort, and Source is saying that you're going to have to sit with that, but you're strong enough to do it. So let's go to the Oracle and see what action or advice we might want to take with our reading today. Again, take what resonates and leave the rest for someone else. Go the distance. Absolutely. So Source is saying to somebody that you have to believe that you are capable of going the distance, but you also have to believe that you are worthy of what's at the finish line. You also have to believe that you are worthy of the journey as well. You have to believe that you are worthy of your goal from the beginning. Otherwise, you won't believe that you're worthy of it. You won't believe you're capable of doing what needs to be done, and that's going to stop you. So Source is saying right now, you have been blessed with the ability to go the distance. So wherever your goals are, Source is saying you won't just get there, you'll go beyond there. And you now have the faith, and you now have the belief in yourself. You now have the spark to be able to build on that and do it. And I see someone who's about to start having some really big successes in your life. Somebody's about to see some changes that they've been wanting to see in their situation. And that could be definitely, like, I see someone who's probably getting a new house. And it's a big deal. And I see someone, and here's the thing, I see someone getting a new apartment, a little one, a studio. And you know what? That's a big deal too, my man. And because that's your space, and that's a room of one's own. And let's go to the Loving Universe Major Arcana and see what messages we have. Judgment. Absolutely. So Source is telling somebody, when you are feeling doubtful of your self-worth and you are having low self-esteem, that means you are sitting in judgment. That means your consciousness is feeling judged. And this is the interesting thing, that we as humans are able to objectively observe our own consciousness, so we can have this meta experience by being able to evaluate our experience. So what does that mean? That means that when we do that, we are sitting on a throne. We have placed something, we have placed ideologies, we have placed archetypes, we have placed stereotypes or whatever on this throne of judgment, this higher throne that we use to evaluate ourselves and stand in judgment before ourselves. And that is that critical judgment from that seat being taken up by things rooted in those consciousnesses are keeping you back. So what Source is saying to you right now, who is your God? What are you putting on that throne? What kind of evaluations are you making? And are you making fair ones that also take into consideration that you aren't necessarily God while you are here on this earth? So there are situations and circumstances that do influence and affect you that are outside of your direct control. And sometimes you can choose to respond. Notice I didn't say react, because responding involves being able to go into this space where you understand your self-worth, that you act and behave in ways that are still aligned with your intentions. Because I see someone who has been feeling like they talk backwards for some reason, like everything they say just kind of comes out mad or comes out twisted, and doing this kind of understanding of who you put on this throne influences that voice in your head, and it influences the voice that comes out of your mouth. So I see someone who's about to change their life by changing their heart. And it's so beautiful, because I see someone who's really about to learn what it means to love themselves. And that is, man, I see someone who's really about to go really far with this. So congratulations to you. And that's the reading that I have for you. If this resonated, please follow, like, share, and comment. and I'll see you next time.